You're listening to the REITE Club podcast, where the focus is all about helping you grow your real estate investment portfolio and live the life you want to live. Come grow with us and join our community at thereiteclub.com. And now your hosts, Sarah Larby and Alfonso Salemi.
So I was actually an investor first. I got my first property through Rockstar Real Estate. And then quickly after that, I found I was capped out. So I put all my capital in for the first property. That's why I went to Stefan Aarnio after. So getting into a sales job after that, I would say the biggest change is you need a huge mindset shift. So I would say that's the biggest thing in all aspects of real estate, personally. But you'll need a huge mindset shift for something in sales. You're not really going to be able to, kick it around the water cooler for 7 hours a day and then expect some sort of return. It takes a lot more time to get started, especially if you don't have sales skills at the start. And it took way more time and effort to get the momentum rolling and the ball rolling than I just thought it would. Commission only can be extremely rough. So if you don't follow like proven models and systems, and this could also apply to real estate investing, if you don't follow proven models and systems, it's for consistent effort, it's going to be very difficult for you to scale and for you to grow as a person and as a business.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I'm going to kind of make a statement for everyone that's listening. And whether you think you are or you're not, everyone is in sales. In their own personal life, at their jobs where you're currently working, if it is within real estate and the investing, with our partners in our life, we're always trying to convey our idea, maybe our way of thinking, a different spin on it, right? So when you're saying, oh no, I don't do sales, or from your experience before that you said it took a little bit of time to ramp up, I know maybe sometimes some of the mind shifts, and I know you're pretty analytical and you're tight with the numbers. That's why you were so excited on that East End property, like, oh, this is the one, like if you don't put an offer, I am, right? Like that kind of mindset. And shifting around of how do you win friends and influence people, right? One of the greatest books ever written, right? How do you convey those ideas and thoughts so that you can share those with others to say, hey, this is going to work, I'm on your team, right? And when you have a realtor or a realty team that have that investor mindset, that want to help you propel and say, here, this is what you need to see, and they're giving you the blind spots before you didn't even know they were there, right? And they're helping you out, and that experience is huge. So I know you've definitely taken a lot of courses. We've taken some classes together as well too with sales and stuff. And you're so right with that mind shift, and that mind thought is just because you thought it doesn't mean it's right. So think of it and look at it from another opinion as well too. So so you're fresh, and you're talking about 2.5 years you invested first, and you're going through those things. What is some of the advice that you give to those investors? I know you mentioned mindset, but I'm sure along the way, whether you sat in whether it was Stefan, and rest in peace Stefan, or the Rockstar guys, or other communities that the REITE Club, for sure, that you're talking and meeting new investors that are saying, oh yeah, it's passive and you just invest and then you sit on the beach. What are some of the advice, the good things, the bad things that you can share with new or even savvy investors out there?
Sure. So I would say my first advice for new investors is just to jump all in. Currently, when you're trying to start something new, you're going to have to dedicate a lot of time to it for the education piece. Getting educated is very important, and it takes longer than I would have expected to get educated in what we call the real estate investing game. So jumping all in, getting educated, and having that mindset to connect with like-minded people, to network for money partners if you don't have money, or if you do have money, you're looking for like an active partner to partner with. So I would say jumping all in is my number one advice. Analysis by paralysis will kill you with your lack of opportunity cost more than you can probably make in your lifetime. So.
Absolutely. Great advice for new investors. What's next for you? I mean, 2021, lots of options, lots of opportunities, and I know Dylan does goals. So I'm guessing you guys have goals probably for all of you guys. Are you able to share, from a personal standpoint, what some of the goals are that you have for this coming year, and maybe from a real estate standpoint and then a realtor standpoint?
Sure. So my personal goal for this year, from a real estate investing standpoint first, is to purchase 7 flips this year, and also purchase my first big multifamily BRRRR, which I can do later in the end of the year. So that's my real estate investing goal. Sorry. As a realtor, I have a goal that I want to help 5 people get 6 figures net worth in their portfolio by the end of the year. So I've already helped 2 last year, and now we're just going to triple that and try to triple that in 2022 as well. So that's my continuing goal going forward, just to help more people in real estate investing, teaching what I know, coaching them along the way, and just increasing their net worth and their freedom. And that's what we're all here for.
I love that. I love that. And was that, I know I'm sometimes tough with the quotes, but Zig Ziglar, right? Help enough people get what they want, and you're going to get everything you want. And that's awesome, right? And for, like I said, case in point, I've seen you actually with the boots on the ground, working on it, running things down, and you actually care as each one of these investments as it's your own. It's like your own little child, like giving it to, a good investor that will take care of it and profit the maximum that they can with cash flow and all that. So awesome stuff. I think it's time that we get to our lightning round. So Erik, are you ready for the lightning round?
I am ready for the world famous lightning round. Yes.
All
right, Erik, here's question number 1. What is the best advice that you have ever received from another investor or at a networking event?
I would just go back to the get educated. I mean, it was the most important piece by far for my entire real estate journey, that and just jumping into it. So that's why that's my advice for new investors. That's the most important advice I've ever received. And I'm glad I risked it all and went in.
Yeah, and we're at a time in history where there's so much available, so much information, free, not free, very little investment to get started, get the ball rolling, and really in any flavor that you want, right? And a good place to start would be at thereiteclub.com, where you can find a lot of these investors and a lot of their stories. So great advice, Erik.
Thanks for listening to the REITE Club podcast and joining our community of real estate investors online at thereiteclub.com, where the focus is about helping you grow. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks from your hosts, Sarah Larby and Alfonso Salemi.